What's up guys, it's Eric from Rare Candy and welcome back to another recorded tournament series, and today this is going to be the first round of a league challenge that I got to go attend recently at Cape Fear Games in Wilmington, North Carolina. So over here we have Justice Clark over on the left playing Tapu Bulu Vikavolt, and we have Chip Ritchie, aka Trainer Chip, fellow PokeTuber, definitely go check him out sometime. He's going to be playing Zoroark Lycanroc. So the format for this tournament was the current standard format, the fresh new post-rotation format. So cards from Sun and Moon all the way up to the most recent set, Celestial Storm, are going to be legal for this tournament. I believe this was actually the first weekend after rotation, so a lot of people are excited to show up with their new decks for this fresh format and try them out and see what might stick. So actually we have a couple of older archetypes. Actually, Tapu Bulu and Zoroark Lycanroc are definitely no strangers to the competitive scene. So we'll have to see how these decks are going to stack up in this new format. But if I just had to guess, I think on paper Tapu Bulu is favored just because they can take one-hit knockouts because they run a high count of choice band, and they can also hit Lycanroc for weakness, whereas Chip's really only going to be afforded one big one-hit knockout thanks to Dangerous Rogue GX, and the rest of his attacks are going to have to two-shot these Tapu Bulus. So I think Justice is inherently a bit favored here, but he is a Stage 2 deck. That is something we can't undersell here. Stage 2 decks are inherently a little bit less consistent than something like a Zoroark deck, so I think that's going to be Chip's real game plan to maybe try to steal this game, is to maybe target down those Grubbins before Justice can maybe find the evolution pieces needed to get Vikavolt up and running. So here you can see Justice identifying how important these Grubbins are. He's grabbing one of those with a Nest Ball, and we'll have to see what else he's going to do this turn. So we're going to see an Acrobike, going to look at the top two cards of his deck, discard one, and he gets to keep the other. We see a Guzma and an Ultra Ball. Not sure what he has in hand, but it looks like he is opting to keep that Ultra Ball, so that might tell me that he actually might have a way to get Rare Candy Vikavolt. Okay, it actually looks like he already has a Vikavolt in hand, so maybe he could be saving that for a Tapu Lele. Okay, that appears what he is doing. So he's going to pass over to Chip, and Chip is starting with that Baby Buzzwole, and actually if he can get down an Energy and a Choice Band, if he has access to that. Okay, he does have the Energy at the very least. He can soften up this Tapu Bulu GX potentially. But here you can see he's opting to attach to the Rockruff instead, kind of saying, hey, I'm going to need this big dangerous rogue attack. It takes at least 2 attachments to get up and running. So I want to kind of protect this Rockruff and set it up. So let's see, Justice is going to go for a Tapu Bulu GX here. So I imagine we're going to see a Volkner. He had a Cynthia in hand last turn, so I would imagine that's what we're going to see here. That's going to be a search supporter, assuming he does grab it here. Okay, yeah, you can see him eyeing it down right now. So Volkner, it's kind of a nice replacement for Skyla that Tapu Bulu decks previously played, but allows you to search your deck for an item card and a basic lightning energy and put them into your hand. So this is really nice at grabbing things like the missing piece that you need to get your evolution line up and running. So your Justice is going to get that Vikavolt into play and going to get down a lightning energy on it, maybe just in preparation of like a Guzma stall or something like that, or in case he ever needs to attack with it. But here he's going to use that ability Strong Charge. It allows him to search his deck for a basic grass and basic lightning and attach it to his Pokemon in any way that he likes. So definitely going to see some energy come down on this Tapu Bulu, but Justice has kind of an interesting dilemma. He can use Nature's Judgment. Tapu Bulu's primary attack, it does 120 base damage, but you can discard all the energy on it and do 60 more. So he can do that, but the only thing is if he does discard his energy, then he opens himself up to a Dangerous Rogue on his Vikavolt, taking out his energy acceleration, leaving his Tapu Bulu without any energy. So he might have to go for a Tapu Wilderness GX, and I think that's what we're seeing here. It's that GX attack, 150 damage, and you heal all damage on Tapu Bulu. So I definitely think that's the right play here. It hurts kind of having to waste your GX attack when you don't have any damage the least, but I definitely think that is going to be the right play here. So here Chip does have a Zoroark GX. He finally got that online. He's going to trade away a Switch, but let's see what else he really has to work with here. So we're going to see a Tapu Bulu GX come down. We'll have to see what he's going to be thinking about doing here. We see a Choice Band in his hand. Beyond that, I can't really make out what exactly that he has to work with here. But it looks like he's eyeing down Apricorn Maker. That's going to be the top card of his deck right there. Maybe opting to try to set up his bench a little bit better. So let's see, he's taking a peek through his deck. This is the first search I believe that he's made, so he's taking a second just to see what all he's going to have access to this game. But it looks like he is going to eye down Apricorn Maker. It's going to let him search his deck for 2 ball cards, put them into his hand. So he's going to grab 2 Nest Balls. So this is kind of like a pseudo Bridget replacement here in this new format that a lot of players have been trying out. So we're going to see a Zoroark and a Buzzwole GX come down. So Buzzwole GX actually can be kind of handy in certain situations. One thing that is kind of annoying about Tapu Bulu is that Zoroark really can't one-shot it very easily. If Chip has a Devoured Field, Professor Kukui, and a Choice Band, he can pull off something like that, but it's going to be very difficult a lot of the time. So Buzzwole potentially can set up some knockouts for him with that Jet Punch attack. But here we're just going to have to see a pass from Chip. And right now he's just really hoping that Justice does not find a Choice Band, because right now this Nature's Judgment is going to be doing 180 damage if he does decide to discard his energy. So Zoroark GX has 210 hit points, putting him a little bit outside of that one-hit knockout range. But like I said, if Justice can find the Choice Band, he will be able to take a one-hit knockout. So he's getting down another Nest Ball here we're seeing. And let's see what all he is going to opt to do. I guess it looks like he's going for a strong charge, setting up this next Tapu Bulu, it appears. Okay, interesting. Opting to attach to the Vikavolt. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this play. I think I'd rather see him just get down more energy on these Bulus. And here he's going to attach a Choice Band. He did have one in hand. And he's going to play a Cynthia to refresh his hand, shuffle his hand into his deck, and draw 6. So definitely probably the best supporter we have, or the best draw supporter at the very least, in this new format. So we'll have to see what all he is going to do here. If he can maybe find himself another Grubbin just to maybe hedge against like a Claw Slash or a Dangerous Rogue on his Vikavolt, I think that would also be good. But maybe he could opt not to, just because then that would set up a Dangerous Rogue on his Tapu Bulu, so we'll have to see. But here he is going to opt to discard all of that energy to do 210 damage, knocking out that Zoroark GX. You can see here Chip confidently promoting this Rockruff, kind of knowing he's going to need Lycanroc this turn. So he's going to be looking for, ideally, I think, a double Colorless Energy and a Lycanroc GX. That'll bring up that Vikavolt to be able to use Claw Slash, knocking out in one hit. So here we are going to see a Tapu Bulu GX. Let's see what Chip is going to grab. Looks like he's eyeing himself down a Cynthia, kind of saying, I really need to find these last pieces of this combo, otherwise I'm going to be in some trouble. So depending on if Chip hits this is actually another situation where I wish Justice would have gotten down his second attachment from Strong Charge on his other Tapu Bulu, because with one more attachment he can actually knock out a Lycanroc GX without having to discard any energy or anything like that. So I think that might have been a little bit of a misstep, but nevertheless Justice is still in a good spot. But let's see, does Chip find what he needs? Okay, it looks like he does have the Lycanroc GX, bring up that Vikavolt. And he has another unit energy here, so unfortunately he has to burn his GX attack. He would much rather use Claw Slash here, ideally I think, just because he can save that GX attack to take kind of a free knockout on a Tapu Lele or a Tapu Bulu GX at some point. But nevertheless, he is, identifying the big threat. It's going to be that Vikavolt. Without that, these Tapu Bulus are kind of clunky getting set up. So it looks like Justice is just going to have to promote this Tapu Lele and maybe go for an energy drive this turn. And like I said, this is a situation, had he gotten that other energy on that Tapu Bulu instead of Vikavolt, he could just attach an energy for turn and take a knockout with Nature's Judgment. So this might kind of open up a window for Chip to sneak back into this game potentially. So we are seeing an energy drive being powered up. That's that attack on Tapu Lele, 20 times the amount of energy on both active Pokemon. So right now he's going to be doing 80 to this Lycanroc, softening it up. And so let's see how Chip is going to respond here. I think I actually saw a Devoured Field in his hand. So if he can find himself a Professor Kukui, Double Colorless Energy, and Choice Band, he will be able to actually take a knockout on this thing. Or actually not a Devoured Field. All he needs is the Kukui and Choice Band. My mistake, guys. So he's going to trade away a Timer Ball. Let's see what he's going to opt to do. Another thing he would maybe like to find is a Guzma and a Double Colorless Energy. That way he can knock out this Grubbin before it evolves into another Vikavolt. If he can keep Vikavolt off the board, I think he's going to be in a strong spot to potentially sneak back into this game. So here we are seeing a field blower coming down on Tapu Bulu. He knows how important those choice bands are going to be to Justice, to taking one-hit knockouts on Zoroark. Okay, so it looks like he is going to promote this Buzzwole, getting down one of those unit energies again, and this is going to allow him to start softening up some more Pokemon. So we are going to see a Nest Ball. That's actually a really good play from Chip, even though he has a Rockruff in hand. If he plays a Nest Ball for a different Rockruff, that's going to thin at least another card out of his deck. So very subtle little play, but definitely one that is going to be good, helping thin out his deck and increase his chances of drawing into other key important cards in this matchup. So, you know, Chip, I think has definitely been on the back foot here, but definitely has been playing to his outs the best he can here. He's going to go for a Jet Punch, doing 30 to that Lele and 30 to that other Tapu Bulu, trying to set up some future knockouts. Okay, so let's see what Justice can pull off. I believe I saw an Order Pad in his hand. That could be a big card at setting up another Vikavolt if he is fortunate enough to flip heads on it. And we do see a Ultra Ball in hand as well, so if he flips heads here, he will be able to grab a rare candy. Oh, and he does flip tails, so a little bit unfortunate for Justice there. Oh, but he does have another Order Pad, so let's see if he is going to go for it. Okay, so let's see. Can he flip heads? And tails yet again, so Chip has to be ecstatic about this. So Order Pad, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's an item card. You flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for an item card, put it into your hand. So it's kind of nice in a Stage 2 like or a Stage 2 deck like this, because it allows you to search your deck for a rare candy or maybe an Ultra Ball if you already have the rare candy in hand. So let's see how Justice is going to respond this turn. Looks like he's thinking about an energy recycler here. Okay, but he's going to bench a Tapu Lele GX instead, or at least first. And so let's see, what is he going to grab? Maybe a Lily here? That looks like what he is eyeing down. Okay, so he must be thinking about playing his hand down to a pretty low size if he is opting for that. So here we are going to see, I'd imagine, Ultra Ball to play his hand down a little bit. So we're going to see him getting rid of the Lily and the Tate and Liza. So just trying to thin some extra cards out of his deck. Really going all in here, filling up his bench. So it looks like, I think that's another Choice Band in his hand. Oh no, it's an Energy Recycler. So he's going to play that, shuffling some energy back into his deck, just thinning some cards out of his hand. However, if he is trying to hit Tapu Bulu, I'm not sure how I feel about Energy Recycler. I feel like I would prefer to see him go for the Bulu, or not the Bulu, but go for the Vikavolt. Prioritize setting that up, because right now shuffling all that energy back into your deck is going to decrease your odds of actually hitting what you need to get this Vikavolt in play. But here we're just going to see a Cynthia, refreshing his hand to a fresh hand of 6. So, you know, this might come back to bite him potentially, shuffling all those energies back into his deck. But let's see what he can manage to find here. And he does find the Ultra Ball and the rare candy. So definitely a good turn for Justice here. Let's see, he can probably get rid of a Lightning Energy and maybe that other Ultra Ball he has. That seems good as well. So that is going to allow him to grab that Vikavolt and get his you know, source of energy acceleration back up and running this turn. And he was fortunate enough to find another Choice Band as well. I think this is his third one at this point. So he's definitely doing really nice as far as finding all of the pieces he needs to stay in this game and continue to take knockouts. So we're going to see a strong charge coming down onto this Tapu Bulu GX with 30 damage on it. We're going to see this Tapu Lele retreat. And then since he has that Choice Band, he can actually do enough to knock out this Buzzwole GX. Alright, so that is going to take him down to just a single prize. And after that turn, honestly, I'm not sure if Chip has what it takes to stay in this game. Maybe if he can knock out this Bulu and, I don't know, maybe even evolve this Rockruff, that might potentially deny Justice some knockouts for the rest of the game. We'll have to see what he can manage to make happen here, though. So let's see what he has. I think he had a double Color Surge in his hand last turn. So all he needs is a full bench and a Choice Band, and he will be able to take a knockout on this Tapu Bulu GX, since that Ride is speeding attack will do 20 times the amount of Pokemon he has in play. So here he's going to get down double Cars energy, and he did play Professor Kukui, so that is going to allow him to do a little bit more damage. So with that, the Choice Band and now a Devoured Field, he's definitely going to easily be able to take a knockout on this Tapu Bulu here. And so here we are going to see a knockout, and I have to say, I think I would have preferred to see him evolve into the Lycanroc, just because right now he might be a little bit vulnerable to a Guzma on this Rockruff that only has 70 HP. So we'll have to see what Justice can make happen here. But he is going to promote this Tapu Bulu, so we'll have to see what he is going to do. And he does have Guzma in hand, actually, so we could very well see a Guzma on this Rockruff. And I think Justice does have game in hand. He does have an energy attachment, and he can just strong charge onto this Tapu Lele, then Guzma the Rockruff, do 80 damage to take the game. He just needs to have the energy in deck, but I believe he should. He did just energy recycle 4 or 5 energy on his previous turn, and he only has, I believe, 4 energy in the discard pile. These Tapu Bulu decks typically play somewhere around 12 energy, 12 to 14, something in that ballpark. So I'd imagine, yeah, he does have the energy definitely in the deck there. So we're going to see him get some more energy on that Tapu Lele, and then we can just see a Guzma on that Rockruff, and that is going to be the game. So Tapu Bulu, kind of an old favorite, hasn't seen much play lately, but it's making a showing here at this League Challenge. We'll have to see how it can do in the rest of the rounds, but definitely a fun match to watch, if nothing else, guys. But definitely stay tuned. We have 5 rounds in total for this League Challenge, so definitely stay tuned. Links will be in the description whenever the rest of the rounds go live, so definitely check back for those other matches. But as usual, guys, feel free to like and subscribe, and if you can support this channel by becoming a patron over at patreon.com/rarecandytcg, or by picking up something from our online store at rarecandytcg.com, it would mean a lot. It really helps us be able to travel to these events to record them for you guys, so any support is greatly appreciated. But with that, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.